All right, guys, welcome back again to another exciting one. So today, let's learn about list, one of the most powerful and useful things in Python. All right, what is list and why do you really, supposed to understand it perfectly well? So list is a collection of items. It can be collection of numbers. It can be collection of strings. It can be collection of probably anything else. However, it can also be collection of combination of probably numbers, names, and anything else. Okay. So what I'm saying in Nexus is that, when you're putting things together, different kind of variables together, and you make it to be like one, that is list. Imagine you have a shelf and that shelf contain books, contain files, contain probably things that you need to make things work. A collection of something like a library. All right. That is list. It's different item that is inside that shelf. However, it is something really valuable to you. So that is how list really works. And how can we create it? List can be, like you said, collection of numbers. You can see which is numbers, collection of strings. It can be mixed of numbers and strings, and it can also be collections of list itself. So what do I mean by this? Let's dive in and create one. So let's say, for instance, I love fruits and I want to have collections of fruits. But when I say fruits, the way it implies, it means it's going to be like something like string, like text. So I can say fruits. So when I say fruits, because I want to make it a variable, that is how I put equals to, and I'll have open and close square bracket, and I have to say, because it is string, and I'll say, you know what, it's supposed to be in quote. All right. So when it is in quote, I love apple. All right. So if this is apple, because it is in code, I have to copy this because I'm a very lazy in typing today. Don't be lazy as a programmer when it types. Okay. So I have maybe cherry, and I'd also have on Ctrl V. I also have banana. All right, banana. No. All right. Let's just. I don't know if I got the spelling right. So let's just say I supposed to be single n, I think. All right, if you have this, because the collection of strings, 1, 2, 3, you are putting like 3 strings together, but you're separating them with comma. But the last one is not supposed to be separated with comma. Okay, so this is a list. All right, and at the same time, it can be, let's say, collections of probably numbers. Let's say full numbers, or let's say anything. All right, let's just say numbers. Or what will I say? I'm just like, this is just the numbers, a random number. Okay, random number. All right, if you have this, and let's say, because it is a number, it's not going to be in quote, it's just going to be like number. Just a 3, 4, 5, 6. I just put something because it is random number. Okay, so this is also what? A list. And at the same time, it can be collection of probably numbers and strings. So I can just say mixed data. All right, if I should do this, I can open it with, you can see anytime you're creating list, it should be in square bracket. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to say, you know what, I just want you to be like maybe random numbers. I say 1, and these supposed to be maybe strings, and I'll say hello, and the third one is, let's say it's probably a float, something like, what I mean by float is something like a number that has 3.45. Or if you look at this first number, it's can this second words, which is strings, and look at this third one, this is probably floats. You can see I combine things together, and at the same time, it can be collection of list. List collection. Let me say list collection. Okay, I'm just trying to make it very easy for us, and these can be, maybe I want to have even and odd number, and between 1 to 6. So I'm going to say the first one, which is the string, or which is the list, supposed to contain the first list, and at the same time it's supposed to contain the second list. If you look at this, so this is telling us that what is going to be the first list is 1, 3, and what? 5, which is the odd number, and the even number is going to be 2, 4, and 6. If you look at this is a collection of what? Numbers, but it is, we have one list another list, but it is list that is also encapsulating them, like bringing in, putting in them together. So let's run this. So we have an invalid error. We have something like an error. If you look at this, this is not separated with comma. So I have to separate it with comma. Then you can see everything is fine. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to see if I can probably print this out. But however, if you print it out, it's going to work. So just try to create a new cell and say, you know what, print anyone. So if you want to print anyone, let's say you want to print collection of numbers, collection of, you can just put this one inside and run it. You can do it for others. You can see it, print it out. That means it really works. So that is how you're supposed to see list. Okay. So another thing I would like to explain is what of if you want to access list as index, like you really want to, you want to bring them out one after the other. Let's take, for instance, we want to bring fruit out. So you can, let me just show you what I mean. So imagine if I want to print fruits. So if I want to print fruit now, I can just copy fruit and I'll print it right in there. So if I should print it and run the code, you can see it gives me this. But what if I just want to print out apple alone, not the three of them? So that's exactly what I want to show you. Just put open and close square bracket in it, because list is if you want to index it, like you want to point to each and every one of the item, you have to start from 0. Okay, good. So that means this apple is going to start from 0, 1, 2. Imagine if I want to print out banana, that means I'm going to put 2 in there. So let's run the code and let's see what happens. Boom, you can see this gives me banana. All right, so if you want to print out mixed data, let's see mixed data. Okay, let me create another one. I think there's no big deal in creating cells. Okay, print. All right, if I say print, and yeah, here we go. And I close the bracket. But inside this place, I just put open and close curly brace. And then what I feel like printing is, let me say I want to print hello. This is going to be 0 and 1. So this is going to be 1. This is awesome. So this is brilliant. So you can see you have hello. All right, so that is it. So that's slicing. Okay, I'm looking at what I need to show you that will make you to really understand this. I just want to make it very easy so that you would not really get lost, and that's it. So okay, one thing I would like to show you is that if you want to, let's say for instance you just want to print out let me say what am I going to say? I'm just trying to look at what other things I can explain to make it very easy. So let's say for instance you want to slice list, so you can get part of the list using slicing like we did before when we're talking about string. All right, so and how can you do that? Okay, you can literally do that by trying to, let me say I want to just print out more of fruits and more fruits, and let me just create more fruits. Let me say more fruits, and let me say more fruits, and yeah, I like to say, yeah, inside this place I put, always hold on your shift if you want to type this and say more fruits. And let me just separate this with comma first. Let me say I have banana, apple, cherry. Oh, in fact, I don't have to do that. Let me just copy all of this and add more, Let me say mango. Let me say dates. Okay, this is good. I have more fruit right now. So if I should have more fruit right now, let's look at slicing. So if you want to slice, let's run this code first. You can see nothing is happening. That means we didn't print out. If you want to talk about slicing, let me show you what slicing really means. It's just like a reminder. Okay, let me just put this one there. All right, like a reminder. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm trying to I'm just trying to let me say ash. Okay, let me just put more of this to comment. Just want to comment anyways. Okay, let me just do this. Don't know what's happening to my keyboard, but it's all right. So you can see this is comment. Reminder, slicing is list, start and stop. So imagine I want to start from 1 and I want to end at date. So what am I going to do? All right, that's it. So all you have to do is just look at it and let's say this is more fruit. Let's create it. Then say more fruit. Let's print. I like to print out something. Let's print more fruit. Then open and close curly brace, and then here you just say, you know what, because I have this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say 1 to 5. Let's see what we're going to see. Let's run it. Okay, something happened, more fruits, because it's not correct. I have to write it correctly with what I created above. If you look at this, you can see this thing starts from apple, cherry, mango. It's not bringing in it from the beginning because everything's supposed to start from 0. So it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So if you look at it, it ends at date. Okay. All right. And that's it. So this thing starts from, it's not starting from 0, but let's see if we remove this, let's see what will happen. So you can see everything 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything starts. But imagine if I have 1 and I have 4. Let's run it. You can see it starts from apple and it ends at what? It ends at mango. So that's slicing for you. You just play around with this and see what it means. All right. So another thing I would like to, explain to you is that list is mutable. What is mutable is that you can literally change it. All right. You can change the value that is inside it to another value. So, and also you can also leave it like that. So what I mean by mutable is that changing the value. All right. So how can you change the value? I don't want to really, pop up into some functions right now. Let's say, for instance, you just create this. Let me create another cell. We're running out of time. Okay. So I just want you to use some functions. Let me say you want to add more to fruit to these fruit. Let's say, for instance, more fruit. You can say add, which is insert. Okay. All right. So what I mean by this is that let's say this is more fruit. I'm still interested in this more fruit. Let's say, for instance, I want to add something to more fruit. Okay. Let's say more fruit dot. If you want to add it, that means you need to add something. Let me say, I just say append. Hold on. Let me just show you. Append. So, don't cram this thing. Just understand it so that when you see it in the future, you will know what it means. So imagine if I want to add more fruit to this entire fruit. Just imagine what fruit to add to it. Let me say pineapple. So I can say pineapple. Pine. Apple. So because I'm adding to it, let me just say add an item at the end. So just like you're adding an item at the end, you're adding an item at the end, and just comment. You can comment in front so that you don't forget. If you add it to it, then if you now want to probably check it out, let's say more fruit, print more fruit. More fruit. Because it's a variable, so you are not going to put it in quotes. All right, so let's run it. You can see this pineapple is going to be added. So it can be changed. So you can probably tweak it. This is just one function that comes with Python. It's inside Python library. You don't need to really focus more on it right now. Just understand that it is mutable. You can add, you can remove. If I want to remove something, I can probably, let's say I want to remove cherry. I can decide to remove again. I can just probably reuse. Here, I'm just going to say remove. You can see. You can say, let me just say remove. Okay. What exactly do I want to remove? Let's say I want to remove a variable. Here, I'm just going to change it to remove. Remove. I want to remove a value. What exactly? Let's say I want to remove cherry. You can see cherry is going to disappear. You're not going to see it again. So what I'm trying to explain to you right now is that it is just mutable. Like you can remove things, you can add things. Okay, that's it. So if you want to, you know, get through more fruit again and you run it, cherry is not going to be there anymore. You can see. So that's it. So it is mutable. So that's it. So final thought. So a list is your go to school when you want to work with many items at once. That's it. And another thing I would like to explain to you is that learn to create access file slice. There's what's called looping, which I really want to, you know, go deep down into right now until we get to looping itself, like a topic. And you can also modify item, and that's all. And your way to becoming a real Python programmer. All right, in the next tutorial, we're going to really dive into something more awesome. I am wondering what exactly we're going to take a look at, but right now in my head, I can figure it out. But until then, see you in the next one.